What's up, Free? All right, cool. Can you hear me okay?
Now do yourself a fucking favor and get the fuck out of my store. Get the fuck out of here. 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 Get the fuck out. Get the fuck off the press.
So just making sure the audio is good. It says I'm frozen right now. So am I frozen? I don't know. Trying out a new device. You're still missing an N. One day I'll get my second N in there, Emmanuel. Uh oh. That's probably why fan base doesn't really like me. Fan base probably doesn't like me because I don't go live like instantly. I was supposed to go live like right at the beginning of this, but huh. Is anybody having any issues with hearing me? Interesting. Not frozen anymore. Not frozen anymore. All right. So I want to see how this works from both devices. All right. Well, Emmanuel's got a good connection. Hello, Michael. Happy New Year. So it looks like it's coming in good. So, today I felt like talking, I guess. I speak when I feel like it. I don't really speak just to speak. I don't go live just to go live. I can't do that. I used to do that, but I have to go live when I feel like it. I have to go live when I'm available. But this week, it's been challenging for my voice. So if my audio is not there, then I do not uh, just come up to come up. Karan is doing well. He's actually almost back to 100%. Him and I went back and forth earlier. So we're going to be getting together and speaking about some things going on in our state with some redistricting. I basically am calling it voter redlining because I believe that they are trying to pin in black voters or excommunicate black voters. We'll see how that all hashes out. But the state of Michigan's got something up that's going to be, I believe, detrimental for black voters, native black Americans, freedmen, not black immigrants. No one who is just washed up on the shores of America to come here to live the American dream. Only the people who created this country and who are living the American nightmare. It's always us, but we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about my family. I mean, maybe not my family. Well, we are here to talk about my family. My family doesn't like me, which is fine. As I put in the title, it's okay. I'm not here to speak ill of anyone in particular, but it's funny that I think I'm going to say some things that other people would like to say, but they probably would feel like maybe their family would be upset about them saying it. But I'm okay with it. I'm okay that my family doesn't particularly like me. And I'm not just speaking about people that I live with right now or even my biological children or blended children, anybody, speaking about just pretty much anybody in general that I would call family, kinfolk, relatives. I don't think they particularly like me. And that's okay. Thank you, Emmanuel. But I'm a bit much. I've come to realize that over the years, I am a bit much. I am in so many ways. I'm so passionate. It scares people, and it scares people that are not my family. And I know it probably scares my family because I push them just like I would push anybody else. And everybody's not built to be pushed, and I get that. But you're in my family, and I'm just supposed to allow you to be mediocre, not in my presence. So when I do push, I tend to get shunned on the other side, or people tend to look the other way. But I've gone through enough with my family to understand they may love me, but they don't like me, and that's difficult for some people to take. Probably that their family doesn't like them. It's not difficult for me. I wasn't sent here to be liked. I wasn't put on this earth to be liked. Um, I think I was put on this earth to help people, to guide people, you know, um, in my way, in the ways that I inherently were given, things by my ancestors, my mother, my father, my grandmother, my grandfathers. I believe that there was absolutely a purpose there was absolutely a purpose for me coming here, me being here. And now, as I approach my 52nd calendar, I'm fully okay with my family not liking me. At one point in my life, I probably was upset. And I know I was upset. There's been some times where I'm like, damn, they really don't like me in this bitch. Knowledge. How you doing, brother? I had heard that you were off the platform, but it's good to see that you are not. Emmanuel, you are prophetic in that. You cannot please everybody. And I guess my biggest issue with that is I did try to please everybody. I tried to I tried to be everybody's friend at one time. I tried to make sure that, and what do the young people always say? You're doing too much. God damn, I figured out I was doing too much because they didn't understand where I was coming from. See, I just don't like mediocrity. Not my own, anybody's. I hate being mediocre or being in that position of being mediocre. So when I see, okay, cool, cool. It's good to have you back. It's good to have the OG Haps members back. You know, I was part of that first first year faction, and you have to still excuse me. I don't really have a cough. I'm just gonna talk up a cough, but if I wipe, it's just because I'm making sure I'm clear. No booger sugar here. Y'all know me. This is the only thing that I'm coming with. Well, I come with other things, but So when your family doesn't like you, it's not always a bad thing because maybe you are put in a position for them not to like you. They could love you, but they're probably not going to like you. If you are high pressure, if you are really really high with your passion, your ambition, and you always see things well before they do, they're generally going to end up not liking you because you're going to push them. You're going to push them in ways that they don't want to be pushed. It's like that 6 in the morning wake up call when you're at camp and they want you to run and do all kinds of shit. No, no, no. That's the way I am pretty much with my family all the time. And sometimes they just ain't feeling it. More times than not. Most times. All the time. So I don't feel bad. I just don't feel bad. Appreciate that, Free. Yes, shout out to cargo420.com. You know, today I don't actually have a cargo420.com shirt on. I got an Awesome Meds t-shirt on. All right. Oh, I also got an Awesome Meds apron on. And I have Awesome Meds socks and Awesome Meds underwear on. Actually, I don't, but sounded good. Sounded good. But yeah, I should get some Awesome Meds underwear. Maybe not for me, but maybe some briefs or something. Get some Awesome Meds briefs. I guess that could have a double meaning there. But anyways. So yeah, when you think about family, you have to think about the dynamic for which you play a part of and where they see you in their lives. And one of the things that gets me into trouble with my family is my mouth. Of course, me talking. But the biggest asset that helps my family members is my mouth. That's the crazy thing. What's up, Tone? So it's a dichotomous situation that I'm dealing with because if it wasn't for my oral skills, speaking, my family wouldn't get the things that they get or have gotten or are going to get. But they don't like some of the things that I say, even though some of the things that I say create, produce some of the things that they benefit from. So I look at the good of it before I look at the bad of it. I've been accused of being controlling just by being involved. I've been accused of, really like trying to take over something just by trying to implement ideology or just give my input where there was no input being given. So I guess I'm trying to figure out for other people, how do you deal with it? If your family doesn't like you, does that depress you? Because it doesn't depress me. It's really okay that they don't like me. You know, I would probably be even more concerned at some point in my life if they didn't love me. But I probably have family members who don't love me. So if I'm going to sit around and try to figure out who does and who doesn't, then I'm going to go crazy. But there's so many other things that I could go crazy over versus trying to figure out who loves me and who doesn't. I just know that from where I've come from to where I am now, I've I was telling a friend of mine, you know, a lot of people say, yeah, I did a complete 360. That's wrong. And most people say that shit. I text you, OG Classic Jones. You did not respond. But people will be like, yeah, I did a 360. And I'm like, motherfucker, that means you turned all the way around, so you're in the same spot. If you made a change, you did a 180. Okay? You didn't make a change if you did a 360. If you did a 360, you did a Michael Jackson spin and you're right back where you started. Okay? I don't think I'm even dripping, but I just feel like I am, so I'm cleaning it up. Thank you. 360 is a full circle. I'm right here. I go all the way around and come back. Okay, so what changed? Versus a 180, I'm going this way, and that's a fucked up way to go, so I'm going to do a 180 and go back the other way. That's change. So I told somebody today I did a complete 540. Because that's a 360 and a 180. I spun all the way around, then went the other way. So I did a 540 in this bitch. And there's nothing wrong with doing a 540. I appreciate you putting up the text disclaimer, making sure that I'm on my job, even though I'm not on my job. So seeing that I'm not on my job, let me get on my job.
Now do yourself a fucking favor and get the fuck out of my store. Get the fuck out of here. 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 Get the fuck out. Get the fuck off the property.
So I have to throw that out there. OG comes in, he has a text dialogue for the disclaimer. I want to be able to give it verbally. Well, I don't give it verbally. The cast of The Sopranos gave it. Rest in love, James Gandolfini. That motherfucker, man, I think he was going to be like this ridiculous star if he hadn't died. And we've had a lot of people die, you know, like right when they were on their brink of ridiculous stardom. And I just really enjoyed the I thought Michael Bathurst was in here. Said he just went live. So he just came in to say hi and then go live? Okay. It's cool, like, you know, when they be fractionalizing the group late at night. It'd be like 50 people on this bitch, and they'd be like, oh, let me go live right after another motherfucker goes live. But we don't really have the same bases. We don't talk about the same shit. So, you know, and motherfuckers that go live 30, 40 times a day, I'm really not trying to compete with. So I'm not really concerned with that. I didn't moonwalk backwards. I did like that circular moonwalk. You know, I don't really have that skill to go backwards like Mike did. I can do that circular thing, you know. Or I can at least make it look like I'm doing that. From the waist up, you know. So yeah, I guess people come in and just say hi and then they go live, but you know, I don't really the Haps thing is so different to me now. It seemed more like a community before. Now it doesn't really seem like a community. You know, it's a bunch of individuals. And I think there's still some life in community fare, but for the most part, everybody's just kind of going for themselves, which is fine. I'm good with that. I'm good with going for myself. The dog walker guy. I like the name. So if you do a reverse 360, I missed that. Hold on a second. If you do a reverse 360, you're actually going backwards. Yes, that's why you don't do a reverse 360. You do a forward 360 and you're going forward, but you still end up in the same spot. Going backwards and ending up in the same spot, that's just double ass. I have no idea, Free. I have no idea. But it is what it is. But yeah, you know, family members, they'll talk to you. Especially like, you know, like all family members always talk to you like when somebody dies. It's unfortunate. That's most of our family gatherings now. I'm just gonna dig into a little bit of my family business. Most of our family gatherings now, like for my family abroad, like my mother's side or maybe my father's side, Most of our family gatherings now are when people die. So, and I would say, oh, there's nothing wrong with that, but yes, there is. My brother Narmer X, how you doing? Happy New Year to you too, Dog Walker. And when you see people only when somebody dies, you already in a fucked up mood. It ain't like we getting together and somebody dying, we're gonna be happy, you know. And we may end up laughing and joking, like at the repast. Everybody has a repast. And I must say that my family has some of the better repasts because most of the people in my family know how to cook. Most. But anyway, you're in a certain mood at the repast. You've already gone through this long, drawn out service. We don't have short services in my family, we have long, drawn out services. It's preaching and singing and crying. And, once all that's over, then you go to the graveyard and then you come back to the church and you eat. Then you get you a couple plates. There's those relatives who make their plates before they eat and take them to their car, and then they come back and eat. There's relatives like me who don't care, and I'll stand outside and get high and, get the munchies on, and then I'll go in. Not like right outside the church. I won't stand outside the church. I'm no miscreant. I'll sit in my car and get high, and then I'll go into the church. So it is what it is. But yeah, and fan base is still up, not a viewer on fan base because I don't have any followers on fan base. I'm just starting to develop content for fan base. So, hey, fan base, if you're listening for the playback, because nobody's listening live. So if you do listen to this, it'll be on the playback. So, hello. Peace to my brother Isaac Hayes the third. Okay. Oh, looks like Michael is live with Tony D. Check out the stream midnight. Okay, so they've got a. Is that like a standard program that they do, a midnight thing? Looks like they're live together. So anyway, but looking at when you see people at a repast, like I said, everybody's in a certain mood. Everybody's already been taken to a certain place. And you're remembering and celebrating the life of this individual in your own individual ways. But a lot of it's facade. You rarely see family like beefing at the repast. You don't see people like shouldering each other and shit, in the food line. You don't even get along with these people, but you'll stand in line for some fucking food. It's one thing about our people. We will stand in line for some food. Now, I could get off into some other shit, but I won't right now. I'm not sure if you're religious, Brother Shannon, but Christianity has messed up our families. And no, that's why I'm not religious, Narmer. These traditions don't enrich the soul. The important events are all about mourning. Yeah. See, that's what I don't understand. It's confusing as fuck to me. Can y'all still hear me? Can you hear me on the mic? Because I got a microphone. It was kind of out of the screen, but it is in there. It is my. And see, my microphone is hooked up. I know y'all be watching cast out here, and the motherfuckers be having microphones and shit, and the microphones don't be hooked up. They don't be turned on. Can you hear? Can you hear the mic? Is the audio clear? Is it clearer than it usually is? Because hopefully the microphone makes it sound better. I mean, I know I sound like shit. Even though I felt better, I know my voice is not 100%. And I take pride in that. Free, you said that's crystal clear. Are you saying that as a sister, or is it actually clear? Family will say shit sometimes to make you feel better. It is clear. Emmanuel said, okay, hey, look, Emmanuel don't even spell my name right, so he ain't even got to tell me the truth. So, okay. But he's a real motherfucker, so he said it's clear. Bet it up. Bet it up. It's actually clear. All right, cool. So, yeah, I'm just trying out some new shit here, Got a little phone cradle over here. It's holding up the one phone that's the device is on Fanbase. So right now we're going through Fanbase, we're going through Haps, obviously, and YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. And probably all told with like what? That's the Fanbase, Haps, YouTube, Facebook, 5 platforms. We've probably got at least 9, 10 people looking at these videos. So, these streams are loaded with people tonight. We're going to go viral about 3-4 years. We'll be good. It's all good. My messages are not popular. They're not going to get views. As I was told by a few people who have way more subscribers than I was fucked up from the beginning just because of my content. They figure out ways to minimize and actually restrict fucking subscribers. So they're like, people are watching your videos. You can tell people are watching videos. I've seen people watch my videos, but not watch my videos, but I've watched their videos and they say shit that I say. Not saying that anybody is copying me, but people, tend to sound like me on their shit, and they didn't sound like that before. It's amazing. And I love everybody's dialect, everybody's cadence, I've pulled from certain people at certain points. But I do pride myself on originality, so I really try not to steal anybody's lines. We're all talking about the same topics, but doesn't necessarily mean you got to steal somebody's fucking rip, Oh, yeah, they will fuck you up, Knowledge. If they don't like your platform, like what you're saying, and what I say, it's not. White supremacy is a hashtag in every one of my posts, so they don't like that shit. So they're going to restrict me. They're going to shadow ban me. They're going to slow my progress down. Hey, I can't help it. I'm just going to keep blowing through these 5 platforms and acquiring the 10, 15 viewers that I get every time, and we'll be good. We'll be good. You might need a copyright. I may. If I get over 20 viewers, I might get a copyright. That name was just for Haps. I feel you, though. I feel the love, and, you're probably saying, hey, protect yourself. But that name, hey, here's the thing. If somebody wants to spell it that way, then we'll know that they made it up. That's why I don't do here's the thing, Heres. Here's the thing. A lot of people say here's the thing, but I say here's the thing for your ears. Because when you hear the thing, you're hearing it. Here's the thing. Somebody's trying to make a point. Anytime I'm on this bitch, I'm making a point. So I don't need to say H-E-R-E. I need to say H-E-A-R. Hear the thing that I'm about to say, the knowledge I'm about to drop. The $1 billion worth of game. We don't have $1 million worth of game. That's somebody else's platform. We do billions here, and we're freedmen, so we do trillions because they owe us reparations. Shout out to my boy Marcel. Great interview last night. I thought his name was Cato, but I guess his name is Marcel. He had an interview last night because he is running against Fish Fry Jimmy Clyde in South Carolina. And I was so proud of the brother that he got up there full-throated, got it. I mean, I've listened to him on other streams, and I've seen him in chat rooms, and I know he's a real motherfucker. But he got up there, and he was so professional with this shit. He was so thorough with this shit. I was more intrigued to know if he was reading off some shit or if it was coming off the dome. Because he was great. He was great. And to know he's putting his lineage, his heritage, his ethnicity in front of his sexuality. Let me do the Willie D. I like mocking people, sorry. I could talk like Willie D too, but I don't want to do that. Willie D is a good guy sometimes. Sometimes it seems like he kind of sells out, but whatever. I'm not here to talk about that. We're going to talk about that when we talk about content creators and content casters. He's one of my featured topics on that. And we'll get to that. We're going to get to that. Now that I have a microphone, you guys can hear me. It's a phrase that gets the listener's attention. I like that. Thanks, Narmer. See, I didn't know. When I come up with things out of the top of my head, sometimes people don't understand them, like my family. Because my family doesn't understand me, and that's probably another reason why they don't like me. Because when people don't understand you, they develop a disdain for you. They're like, I don't like that motherfucker. Because they don't understand me. Just think, if they understood me, they'd like me. But since they don't understand me, they don't like me. How about you figure it out, bitch? It's not my job to make you understand me. Catch up. Everybody wants me to slow down. I can't slow down. I slowed down for 43 years. Slowed down to the point where I almost stopped. And I want to thank some of my family members who helped me out through that journey. You know who you are. I also want to thank the family members who did not help me out through that journey. You know who you are. Eat a dick. Eat a dick. It's all good. I survived, though. I'm here. I mean, I could die tomorrow. Like, shit could be over. This will be the last video and shit. So, you're like, damn, his last words were eat a dick. Like, really? If you're not moving, you're dead. This is true. And I didn't move a lot. 8 years and prior, I didn't move a lot. I had got to 5 bills, man. Topped out at 5. I was like a pro wrestler, like just a foot too short. You know, when you're like 6'9", you can be like 500 pounds. You can be some giant. I'm 5'9". So I was a giant, but I was just like a giant motherfucker, you know, like a short giant. I actually unsubbed from Willie D last year with the whole Biden. Oh, come on, man. So Willie D used to be like this really hard gangster rapper. And now he has turned into milquetoast Willie. I'm like, how did you go from the gangster of love to just the gangster of simping? And this is not a Willie D video. Willie D's not even in my family. So whether Willie D likes me or not doesn't really matter. Well, whether family members like me or not doesn't really matter either. So I guess all these motherfuckers are in the same category right now. What? What knowledge? What? What are you asking? When you say what, I got to stop because I have no idea and I'm not scrolling back up. So you said what? So I need, hopefully you're typing because Willie D. I was mocking his clap and it just kind of tailed into another part of the conversation. But he simps out a lot. You know, he does. I think he's caught between, because he's actually with someone now. Somebody picked his cast up. I can't remember. He's with somebody. He's getting, you know, real distribution and whatnot. And salute to him. I salute anybody that speaks on the positive. And I wouldn't say Willie D speaks on the negative. He does do a little bit of that sensationalized shit. He's kind of like, you know, a country TMZ kind of motherfucker. But then he has some real sides. It's tough, you know, for me. But I prefer the 80s and 90s Willie D. I don't like this new millennium Willie D. Just like I preferred the 80s and 90s Luke. I don't like the new millennium Luke. Let me just be honest. I don't. All of his philanthropy, dedication to his community, coaching, mentoring, all of that, I love all that about Luke. Politics, pump your brakes, Luther. Luther, pump your brakes. Because he got to boot licking too. Luther got to boot licking, and you know, you already know whose boots he was licking. And there's some well-licked boots. There's some boots that have been licked all around the country, from Howard University all the way to San Francisco. Can we talk? Yeah. From Howard University all the way to San Francisco. She went from HOU to becoming the San Francisco Tree. Ski wee. Ski wee. Kamala Imhoff, boy, I tell you. I mean, she is the first black, Asian, Indian, Jamaican woman president. She was president for 85 minutes. Got to give her credit. Give her just due. Give Kamala her just due. She became president. She set out to become president. She dropped out of the race. She had no money. She had no staff. Joe Biden picked her up off the couch, brought her in, vice president. He needed to have his booty hole played with, and she became president for 85 minutes. Give her fucking flowers. She needs her flowers. Give Kamala Imhoff her flowers. She made it. Ski wee. Ski wee. And I tell you, I got a sorority sister of Kamala's who said she's done with her. She said she's done with her. And she said her sisters are done with her. Now, I don't know if all the AKAs are done, but the ones I know, they're not going to get fooled twice. They know now Kamala is not for them. Kamala is not down with the ski wee no more. She's down with the ski lift. Yeah. She's up in the mountains, and you motherfuckers are still in the valley dancing. Ski weeing. Homecoming. Okay. So, what's up, fan base? Still no viewers, but that's okay. You guys are going to catch it on the replay. I get it. But that's what I loved about Cato or Marcel last night. He said, the way a candidate runs is the way they will politic. They never change. We just have to see it. And what we get fooled by somebody being nice to us as a faction of people. Freedmen. I mean, I can't talk about nobody else that's black. I'm only talking about the native blacks, the freedmen. We get fooled when somebody comes to our church and they sit in the front pews with the pastor's wife or even up in the pulpit. They funny when they let a politician sit up in the pulpit. That's supposed to be for clergymen, not lion men. Well, there are some clergymen that are lion men. Don't make me name names tonight. Just letting you know.
Now do yourself a fucking favor and get the fuck out of my store. Get the fuck out of here. 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 Get the fuck out. Get the fuck off the property.
So, and before we jump back into a music bed, and we're on Kamala, have so many other people been on Kamala.
Slow down, everybody. No. Can I get a witness?
She has pretty much cackled her way right out of the fucking 2024 presidential race. Joe said he gonna run again. So here's the thing. What you gonna do, run against him? You gonna run against the incumbent who's your boss right now. You dropped out of the race and he picked you up off the mat, dusted your ass off and got you into the vice presidency. Now you gonna turncoat on him and run against him. You're not that well liked in the grand scheme of things. Now you're gonna turn on your boss.
Can I get a witness?
That's not a good thing. That's a hard no for me. But I don't know what anybody thinks. In 2 years, y'all do realize this. In 2 years, Joe Biden gonna be 81 years old. Y'all gonna vote for a fucking 81-year-old individual? Politics aside, we already know he's a fucked up politician. We already know he does detrimental things to freedmen. But y'all really gonna put an 81-year-old in the White House? Or allow him to stay? Because he's gonna be 81. So even if he doesn't get reelected, it's gonna take him a year to get out of that bitch. He's 81, motherfucker. He's slow as fuck already. They're not even gonna have fucking Air Force One take him up out of there. No, they do the copter. They're not gonna have that copter gonna have a red cross on it. When he leaves, it's not gonna be that regular copter that takes the former president out. It's gonna be one that's gonna go right over to what's that hospital they take everybody to? Kennedy? Is it Kennedy? Wherever they take everybody when they get sick in Washington. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what the forecast is for the Democrats. The waters are so murky now. But when I heard that he was going to run again, I'm thinking to myself, he really actually thinks he's going to be alive in 2 years. Joe Biden just looks like he's dying to me. If you look at him from the Barry O days to now, he's death walking. He is not healthy. You know, I didn't know that Nancy Pelosi was 81. Get that old bitch up out of here. 81, Speaker of the House? She should only be the Speaker of the Gray Foxes meetings. She should not be the Speaker of the House of the United States of America. She's 81. 81. This bitch was born when they still said picture show. They didn't go to the movie. They went to the picture show. That's when she was born. Why the fuck are we listening to Nancy Pelosi at 81? That's the Speaker of the House. She do look 100. Yeah. She's a C note. She's a C note. I mean, I don't think nothing's real. I think that hair is stitched in or it's a wig or something. And the mask, you can tell when they don't put her makeup on and somebody puts her shit on like at home, you can tell it's a whole different face job. And them little suits that they be putting on her, little Barbie suits. And she's a po-ass thing. She ain't got no ass. I mean, she 81, so I guess she ain't supposed to have no ass. But I don't think she had no ass when she was 71, 61, 51, 41, 31, or 21. I think she's always had a flat back, pretty much. Yeah, pantsuits. Why do women politicians always wear pants? They want to be looked at as women, but they want to dress like the men. Can anybody answer that? I've only got 3 people in here, so I'll take all 3 answers. Why do politicians that are female want to wear pantsuits all the time? Why don't they wear dresses? Why don't they show off their femininity? You notice I didn't say sexuality. I wasn't trying to be sexist or chauvinistic, but why don't they show off their femininity? Why do they feel like they have to show off their masculinity by wearing pantsuits? Yeah. Oh, it doesn't. When I see a female, I don't see balls. Okay? My imagination doesn't go to testicles when I look at a woman. All right? I might think of toe, but I don't think of testicles. And if y'all don't know what kind of toe I'm talking about, then text me and I'll tell you. But we're not going to go there tonight. But I'm definitely not thinking about testicles. Toe, maybe. But I'm not even thinking about toe when I'm looking at these politicians. I don't want to see Nancy Pelosi's toe. Hillary Clinton's toe? No. Maybe 30 years ago, I might have wanted to see Kamala's toe. A lot of people saw Kamala's toe. Her toe was all up and down the coast. She was east side. Yeah. There you go, Free. Free knows what I'm talking about. Pillman don't like when women show femininity around. Oh, really? Really? I didn't know that. Muted by bot. Tap to show moderator only. Their toes are stubbed at this point. What? Why did he get muted? Oh. Oh, God. I don't know if I can put that text. I don't know if I can put that comment up, Narmer. Is that going to get us blocked? Because they muted it and they allowed me to open it up, and it says I can unhide it globally, but I could be walking into a trap. It could be against community guidelines if I stub toes. Yeah. Wrinkled toes. Tell you. Like you've been in the shower for like 3 hours type of toes. Shriveled up old toes. Boy. Elizabeth Warren. Ugh. Nancy Klobuchar. Who wants to see Nancy Klobuchar's toe? Come on, man. Who was that other candidate that was running? It was Elizabeth Warren. Oh, Marianne Williamson. Well, I don't know. Marianne seems like she's in shape. She might have kept her toes together. The comment is showing from Narmer. I think it's cool as long as you get what I mean. Absolutely. It is showing free. YouTube is just hating. Okay. Hey, I don't know. But I mean, you know how I feel about the commentary. This is why I feel that we need to be working towards platforms that we can govern independently, because when we allow people to govern what we say, they are still controlling our narrative in a matter of speaking. You know, if you restrict or turn around what I say or make me turn around what I say to fit your platform, I am indeed being violated. Freedom of speech? You're banned on Twitter? Knowledge? What's happened, bro? Who you get mad at? And Twitter's pretty wild. I didn't know Twitter had all the shit it had on it. People show me some shit on Twitter. I'm like, thought Twitter was like business. Like they're like, oh no, Twitter is the gutter. You do some crazy shit on Twitter. Peace to fan base. Playback only because nobody's watching live. Damn. I don't know. I've heard of people, I guess, getting banned. You know what? I got blocked on Twitter because somebody said, as a queer person, da 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 da, and then I came back and said, okay, as a queer person, they're like, you were bullying the LGBT T Q IAAP. Anyway, they said I was bullying them. We were just having a conversation, but because I said queer, it's a bully. They said queer. They called themselves queer and they didn't say they were bullying. That shit can be weaponized, man. When they weaponize their sexuality, gay people, I don't like that. Most gay people are cool, but the ones who weaponize their sexuality and you know, I don't mind you trying to go for yours based on who you are. But don't just try to go for yours just because you're gay. You being gay is just your sexuality. But your reality is if you're black, speak on blackness first. And that's what I loved about Cato. Cato was like, look, as a gay man, nah, I'm not out here talking about the LGBT, QQIAP. I saying that. He just said LGBT. He said, I'm speaking about reparations. I'm speaking about repair for black America. See, that's what he's talking about first versus talking about his gayness. You see no rainbow flags or nothing. He's a reparationist. I'm going to try to get him on the platform. If I get him on the platform, I'm sure I can get over 10 people in. Oh, yeah. 5 platforms, Cato. We can get over two viewers per platform. Absolutely. We're on our way. Oh, I did get for a few days after I made a comment about Christian Walker. Who? Herschel Walker's son? He got issues. Herschel didn't hold him enough when he was young. Christian's got issues. And I'm concerned about him because he strikes me as somebody that somebody's going to do something to. And I'm not hoping that on him, and I don't wish that on him. Hopefully nobody takes that as some type of threat because I'm not going to do shit to Christian. I don't care enough. He's so flamboyant. A lot of people take advantage of that, and I would hate to have him come to some type of situation when he would have to defend himself from some animal. But, he flaunts his homosexuality. That upsets some people. I don't know why, but it does. And those people will try to hurt you. Crazy thing is, it tends to upset the people who sometimes be gay themselves. That's why I love that show, Ozark. I was going to talk about Ozark one day and I didn't. Ozark showed different characters. Like, nobody thought the FBI guy was gay until he was gay. Then they didn't think the country guy was gay until he fucked the FBI guy. That's how that shit be. Straight arrow motherfucker FBI guy, then some fucking backwards hick. They end up in bed together. But they don't want to make it look like that in real society. That's how shit be out here. Oh, yeah. These motherfuckers ain't getting on Tinder. No. They ain't getting on Tinder. They just going down to the diner and gazing into each other's eyes. Whatever the fuck. But I see this a lot. I see this. And I just don't. Magic Sun. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, 6'9" motherfucker in stilettos makes me nervous too. Now Shannon is frozen. Oh, that's me. I didn't recognize me, Emmanuel, because you put both ends in my name. But you're talking about me. He reminds me of a guy from Ann Arbor, Richard. Yeah, Richard used to walk downtown all the time. Richard wasn't 6'9", though. But in his day, motherfucker was like, he was buffed. He was. But Magic Johnson's son's not really like fit like that. He's just just a power forward type nigga. He's like that 70s power forward. He ain't like a Karl Malone type power forward. He's like a Bob Lanier type power forward. Had to hop out and get back in. Okay, so did I actually freeze on anybody else's screen or was it Emmanuel? What kind of Wi-Fi y'all got? Y'all be making me thinking my shit's all fucked up, but I think it'd be y'all shit. My connection is supposed to be pretty decent right now. But I done been told I done froze on 3 different people's shit. Richard was cool. He's totally cool. Richard used to come by Richard used to come by chicken and DeLongs and shit from me all the time. Talk shit to my dad. Talk shit to my dad. My dad would make gay jokes with Richard and shit. Richard had that laugh. He had that full laugh. Cool dude. I heard Richard beat the brakes off some motherfuckers before. They was talking shit to him about being gay. And I guess Richard had hands. But he was big, strong motherfucker. I mean, you gonna fuck with that big motherfucker like that? I don't give a fuck if he's got a purse. He's that big, shit. There's a chance. Not frozen here, not freezing here. Yeah. Yeah, they said Richard took a few motherfuckers down. Like, what? Yeah, I suck dick. Okay, yeah. And whooped their ass right in the middle of the street. But he was a nice dude. Is Richard still alive or did he die? I don't know if Richard died or not. But yeah, he was a cool dude. See? I'm trying to tell you. Richard was no hoe. I mean, he might have been a hoe, but I don't know. But he was no hoe in the streets. Richard had hands. Mopped up plenty of people in the streets back in the day. Today's flamboyant is not saying Richard was not Lil Nas X. Richard respected women. Richard was very, very, very respectful of women. Even during that age, where you had like gay guys that would call women fish or whatever, make negative connotations. Richard wasn't really like that. He respected. He had that old school upbringing. He just went another way with it. And he was accepted by pretty much the city. I don't know how respected he was in his family. I don't know his family real well, but I've heard about him. He's just, yeah. Word is Lil Nas X might play Miles Morales. What? They're not going to put him in one of these. Is that Marvel or is that DC? I don't know. He used to be going back in the day. Okay. Well, you know what? I bet you had a lot of white men that were customers. Yeah. I bet you Richard had a lot of. I bet you Richard probably messed with some policemen, some politicians. Yeah. Information man, what's good with you? I wonder if Richard's family liked him. They probably loved him because he, like I said, he was a sweet guy. But did they like him because of his flamboyancy? And I'm not flamboyant, not to say the least. I wear one color virtually every day, so I'm not very I'm not very colorful in that way. I'm not flamboyant. My voice may be loud and different things, but what about the governor from New Jersey that met the man? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I think there's more politicians out here who are on the other side than we'll ever know. And them putting this Maxwell, whatever chick's name is, I would love to see her say, "Hey, looking for some leniency here. I've got a list of names. If anybody's interested, holla at me before the sentencing." Because I bet you she has names that could take down some shit in America. I don't believe it was just her and Jeffrey doing damage. I believe that there's some other powerful figures. Yeah. Yeah. Um. Yeah. They find her guilty. They already shut Epstein up. Who knows if she's not going to get shut up before she gets sentenced? But if she gets a deal and can drop some names, she could shake up America's politics. Guilty. They need a special pair of cuffs for Bill Gates. He was on that island. He was on that island with Epstein and those underage girls. You can't tell me. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not even going to get into the accusations. They could say, slander. He was on that island. He was on that fucking island with Epstein and minors. Why haven't we talked about any charges with him? What would he be doing on an island with minors without their parents? No. She won't tell because she'll be dead. No deal. She's the top dog now, and that he's dead. She has nothing to lose by telling and getting off time. If she doesn't tell, she can take it to her grave and just die there for the next, I don't know, what is she? 60? She died 20 years? She'll die in 20 years. I don't know. Prison life depends on where they send her. She might die in 10. She might die in 5. I think that there could be, he's dead because they knew he was getting ready to. Oh, yeah. Epstein wasn't going in. He had his list ready, too. I think they both have the list, and I think that's their joker, their ace. They know that they can hurt some people. And he was probably so far out with it, they're like, oh, we got to get rid of his ass before he gets next to another microphone. Because he could just start blurting out names. And that would have thrown his whole thing. They'd have thrown him in protective custody. Yeah. He could have really put some shit out there, but no. I just have a hard time believing that motherfucker was just left alone. Jeffrey Epstein? Okay. Yeah. But she's been found guilty, and, hopefully they'll give her life. She doesn't deserve to walk around. I mean, she pimped kids. She pimped kids. He didn't kill himself in jail yet. I don't think he did. I don't think he did. Yes, he was permanently muted. They wanted him to stop talking or to even stop engaging with the media. And then they said, you know what? We're going to have to stop him. So put him on permanent mute. And that's what they did. They put him on permanent mute. Shut it down. My family has me like that sometimes when they just put me on mute. They don't like what I say. I'm not very popular with my decisions, the things to talk about a lot of times because nobody really gives a fuck. But I understand. She was Heidi Fleiss before Heidi Fleiss was Heidi Fleiss. This is very true. This is true. She was a hoe before the hoe came and became a hoe. The best hoe. Heidi Fleiss is a good ass hoe. Because Heidi Fleiss built that business. And wasn't she a hoe too? She wasn't just like a businesswoman. She was, she got the idea by, oops. And I don't know if that affect the audio. Because I don't have any phones on or anything. Hopefully that's not a serious problem. I'm really interested to see what this audio sounds like. You guys have been telling me that it's clear, so, hopefully you're not stroking me and making me feel good. And nothing should be felt good about if the audio sucks. And if it does suck and you guys are telling me it's good, then you suck too. They turned off his television set. Yeah. Okay, so she was a madam. Got it. Got it. And she must have just had some dime pieces on her team. So she was a madam. She was a pimp. Let's call it what it is. They call her a madam, but they don't call a black man a pimp. How come he couldn't be a manager? You know. Anyways, if the stream has been good, that's been a good thing. I don't feel as tired as I thought I'd be around this time, but I still need to get off because I got to get up early. But it's already early, so maybe I'm just never gonna go to sleep. I do that sometimes. Sometimes I do. I appreciate all the eyes that have been in here tonight. The YouTubes, the Twitters, the Facebookers, and fan base. Not, still no live viewers on fan base. Maybe I'm really not live because I did have like a couple last time. Maybe I'm really not live. I don't know. I could be live and just not know it. Maybe I'm not because they even stopped by and said hello. Gentlemen of leisure. That's what they call pimp. Gentlemen of leisure. They should call them gentlemen of leisure suits. Pimps are the best dressers, though. You gotta understand that they put color coordination together that like nobody else do. They come up with some fucking color chords that you're just like, damn, who thought of that shit? Yeah, they know how to make colors flow. Love to go into the mind of a pimp about to get his suit tailored. What is he thinking? What is he thinking? Pimps don't cry either. Now, that sounds like a song. Is that a song? Pimps don't cry either. Was there a first part to that? He said pimps don't cry either. Like so and so don't cry, but pimps don't cry either. Like who was the first person? Pimps don't cry. I didn't know pimps don't cry. Oh, okay, we got another troll. This one looks like they're from okay. Bright colors. Missy B. So green is for the money, gold is for the honey. I can open and close on any corner. Bishop Magic Don Juan. I heard he's ill right now. Heard he's ill. Y'all see how they getting down on your boy Cube? Nigga, I'll fuck you. See, I knew this was going to happen, and we're not going to really dig into this right now because I listened to a cast last night. Shout out to Dewan B. He won't see this, but shout out to Dewan B. He won't listen to this, but anyways, um, he had a good cast about Ice Cube, and one of the things that I really don't understand is these motherfuckers that are now coming out, the ones that have come out, and then now we have some that are actually passed on. It talked about the amount of money that they made with Friday. And we know Friday was technically a low budget movie. 3.5 million. 3.5 million. 3.5 million. Ice Cube and DJ Pooh secured the money from New Line Cinema to do the movie if they promised to have like a seasoned comedian, which they had for our life. They had a ton of seasoned comedians. They had Ronaldo Ray. They had John Witherspoon. Anna Marie Horsford was a comedian. She was a comedic actor. Bernie Mac. Tony Cox. He was Mr. Parker. Faison. Faison is kind of the motherfucker who's kind of kicked dust up again. Faison's in that trouble causing stage of his career. Not putting out a whole lot of projects, and maybe he's stacked good, which is good. But he seems to keep his name in the mix by saying greasy shit. And now he doesn't say, he got paid. I forgot how much money he said he got paid for Friday, but he didn't get paid that much. Okay. Neither did Ice Cube. Ice Cube there was $3.5 million to make the motherfucker, and they ran out of money. How much money were you expecting? Big Worm. I mean, he was a main fixture in the movie, main part of the plot. But he was Big Worm. Scene-stealing Big Worm. He was not the movie. But now he's saying he didn't get paid nothing to do the original Friday. And Ice Cube has kind of snapped back. He's like, I didn't rob nobody. Motherfuckers could have said no. If they didn't like what the pay was, they could have said no. This is why I love Ice Cube. Because how truer could his words be? You know what the job is paying. You know what the job is paying. And yet you take the job and then have a problem with the pay. 25 years later. See, that's what I don't like. All this shit is starting to come out now. A lot of these motherfuckers are dead. You know how much of the cast from Friday is no longer here? There's so many that are gone now. And yet, you got Fat Faison talking about how he didn't get paid no money to do Friday. You weren't a big star then, Faison. You've never really been a big star. He's had a bigger star, but he's never been a big star. He's never really been a leading man. Because he's not, I don't believe, leading man quality. 2,500. You got 2,500 information, man. But how much was he getting on his stand-up gigs? He was getting 500 and a cold fish sandwich. Ice Cube put him on a cult classic, and he got 2,500, and I know he's made money off the Big Worm brand. So you might only made 2,500 on the movie, but how many T-shirts have you sold with Big Worm on them? Big Worm. So they don't count that. You don't count that merchandising. Did Ice Cube come after you for licensing? No, he let you make your money on your T-shirts, Big Worm. I don't know. But he's kicked up some dust talking about he only made 2,500. And Ice Cube said, fuck you. You could have kept your unemployment status, and I could have kept my 2,500. But he's been talking a lot about a lot of different people. And maybe that's just the phase he's in because he's not getting the hooks. It is what it is. No, he passed a couple years ago. Okay. Yeah. Tiny Lister is gone too. Man, this is crazy shit. Y'all probably know this, but let me just dig into this. Bam. This is crazy shit. So, Friday. Ice Cube still living. Chris Tucker still living. Nia Long still living. Bernie Mac dead. Tiny Big Zeus Lister dead. John Witherspoon dead. Those are the main facts. Ronaldo Ray dead. LaWanda Page dead. So many people that are dead from this movie. Dead. Movie cost $3.5 million. At the box office, it made $27 million. In the street, it's made so much more. It's a cult classic, and it's probably at $100 million now after, you know. And I guess they were holding back some money from Ice Cube. You know, they had made so much money on this shit, and they were holding back money. So that's grimy as fuck. You didn't have nothing to do with the writing. You didn't have nothing to do with the producing. Why would you hold that man's money back? So this is the problem I have doing business with, you know. Why would you hold his money back? It's his money. It was his intellectual property that, yeah. But they would hold the money back. And that's a problem. That's a real problem. But yeah, the cast. So let me go here. Yvette Wilson, she gone too. Look like Janet Jackson. She gone too. Anthony Johnson, gone. AJ Johnson, Ezel, crackhead, gone. Gone. Yeah, Yvette Wilson, yeah, she passed away. Yeah. Gone. And yet, Faison is complaining that he only got paid $2,500 for his role as Big Worm. Who else? Oh, you know that was Megan Good's first movie. She was like one of the kids when they was outside of the ice cream truck. Also, um, big fella, Green Mile. He was in the movie too. Most people don't know he was in the movie. He was in Friday. He dead now too. Sure is. Dead. Oh. Okay. Something different. Um they had a great caption of this shit. It was like Craig was oh, here it is. It's Friday and Craig Jones has just gotten fired for stealing cardboard boxes. I mean, I know I've seen this shit over 100 times, maybe more. But it always makes me laugh when I hear people talk about that he got fired for stealing cardboard boxes when obviously this is a movie, but could a motherfucker really get fired for stealing empty boxes? I mean, I could see it if there was like merchandise in them and shit. But she was like 10. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Michael Clark Duncan. That's it. That's it. Yeah. They're all gone. All gone. And yet we want to beef and fight about shit. All the people in the original Friday movie gone. And frankly, Friday 2 and Friday 3, I know they had different names. They weren't up to par. They weren't up to par. The original broke the mold. Yeah. Yeah. So, is the audio still clear? Hopefully the audio's still clear. I'm going to get up out of here because it's late. Appreciate your information, man, coming through here. Did you see the young man who is going to be going against Fish Fry Clyburn? Information man. He's a young brother from South Carolina, and he is a Gullah Geechee native, and he's seen through all the bullshit. And they actually had a talk. No, he didn't talk to Clyburn. They talked about Clyburn. Him and Philip Scott last night. Great interview. Gotta watch that interview. Great interview. And yeah. So the movie was released on April 26, 1995. April 26. Huh. Ice Cube and DJ Pooh got the writer's credits. Okay. Oh, what's that about? Okay. Appreciate it, Narm. But yeah, I'm going to go on and get up out of here. I really just wanted to see if this was going to be a functional situation. Trying out a new device, trying out this mic in the device. Fan base. Peace till tomorrow because you're not watching tonight. Yeah. Things going well. For some reason, I want potato chips. I don't know why. But yeah, I'm going to go home. And hopefully you're already home. I'm only out because I had things I had to do. Much rather be at home, but you got shit you got to do. You can't be there. So it is what it is. But y'all be good. Thank you, Free. Absolutely. Share the video. Share the knowledge. And you too may come to the conclusion, or you may already be at the conclusion, but like that, I say a lot of shit that y'all can't say, won't say. So if I say my family doesn't like me and it's okay, doesn't mean I want y'all to say your family. I don't even want your family not to like you, but if your family doesn't like you, then you need to come to the realization your family doesn't like you. I get it. But don't fake the funk. Fan base is not working right on my end. It's not working right on my end either because I don't have viewers. So it is what it is. But I will talk to y'all later. Hopefully my voice is a little bit stronger tomorrow and gets stronger and stronger. Gets back to normal. Something just kind of scratched my vocal cords and whew, it's been rough coming back. But I'm back, kind of. So I wonder what Michael, what his live is doing. How's his live doing? He gets on, says hello, and then he gets off. I wonder if he's like on his live talking shit about me tonight because I've heard he's been talking shit about me. So, I mean, it's no big deal whether he talks shit about me or not, but it is what it is. It is what it is. People talk shit about me all the time. My family talks shit about me because they don't like me, but really, it's okay. So hopefully y'all understand that and understand there was no harm, no malcontent meant or sent. Just truth. Just truth. So, all right. I'm going to start my car, truck, vehicle. Yes, almost there. They said Chris Tucker wanted $12 million to do the second movie. First movie made or cost $3.5 million, made $27 million. He wanted almost half of what the movie made. I have a hard time believing that, but either way. Great cast by Dewan B, though, about Ice Cube and things that he's done. I mean, they're on him up on some stupid shit. They really are. They need to stop. But when they jumped on him on, what was that, Fox Soul? And the black women were like, you ain't said nothing up for black women. You just said something for black people. You dumb bitch. Aren't you black people? If it's a contract with Black America, aren't you part of Black America? You need to set something just specifically up for black women. Okay. Turn around and give her the same thing. I'm talking about real specific. What? It's the 23rd. Christmas is in 2 days. Bitch, you better take this. Here you go. Holla. Holla, 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 holla. I gotta watch that skit. It was like holla, 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 holla. I like silly shit like that sometimes. I don't know why, but I do. See, that's that dumb shit. Well, me saying holla, 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 holla. I don't know. But yeah, we're going to be talking about the redistricting, the redlining of the black voters in Michigan. We're going to be talking about that soon. Tomorrow or Saturday, I believe. Just kind of letting you know where I'm going to be. Like, I'm going to be so many different places, but I don't know I'm going to be here. But yeah. But yeah, we'll get it together. All right. Well, I'm gonna start my car, get going. No, the lady talking crap about. Oh yeah. I get it. But yeah, y'all be good, man, and jump on over to Michael Bathurst because I'm sure he's went live 3 times since I've been on here. So jump over to his stream now and support him. He needs it. He needs it. Support the Canuck. Y'all be good. One love.